Be me. 26, HR associate, loud in the group chat, always the one with the snarky clapbacks. Office break room smells like stale coffee and microwaved pasta. Co-workers scattered around, scrolling their phones, waiting for the clock to move. I grab sugar packets for my latte, feel eyes on me. Decide to drop a little joke, make everyone laugh. All the single guys here are just commitment phobes. No wonder you never bring a girlfriend to the holiday party. Smirk as I say it, feels clever, harmless, like a wink at the truth everyone already knows. They chuckle. One girl actually snorts. I sip my drink like I just said something iconic. For a second, I feel like the smartest person in the room. Look over at him. Quiet guy from accounting. Worn out lunchbox, reheated pasta, shirt sleeve stained with coffee. He just smiles awkwardly, doesn't bite, keeps chewing like nothing happened. But I notice the way his jaw tightens, the way he swallows hard before answering nobody. He doesn't clap back, doesn't defend himself, just takes it. Lean toward the co-worker next to me, whisper like I'm continuing the joke. Haha, yeah. What's his face in accounting? He just sat there like a statue. She tilts her head. You mean Daniel? I blink. Yeah, Daniel. Right. That's his name. Truth is, I wasn't sure. Had to cycle through in my head. Dave? Derek? Dan? Realize I've worked here for years and don't even know if it's Daniel or David. Kinda laugh it off, but inside it feels off. I roasted him like he was some caricature, but I couldn't even be bothered to know his name. Group chat buzzes on my phone. Perfect timing. Meme from the girls. Man baby's refusing to settle down. I laugh out loud. Show the screen. They all laugh again. Validation secured. He stays quiet, fork clinking against plastic container. I think I won, like I always do in these little office battles, but something about his silence feels heavier than usual, like he's holding back a storm and choosing not to release it. Can't tell if that makes me feel smug or nervous. Lunchtime, same break room. Microwave beeping like it's the heartbeat of the office. I sit at the table with my latte, feeling sharp, still smug from yesterday's joke. Daniel's there again. Quiet, reheated pasta in front of him, shirt sleeve still stained, lunchbox still dented, like he never changes. I lean in, smirking, voice loud enough for the room. So Daniel, be honest. You're just afraid of commitment, right? That's why you never bring anyone to the holiday party. He doesn't flinch, sets his fork down, wipes his hands slow on a napkin. It's not fear. It's math. I used to try. Every date cost me about $200. Most ended with me ghosted. No calls, no texts, just silence. The room stills a little, like even the microwave pauses. His tone is flat, calm, not self-pitying, just facts. I laugh, lean back in my chair like I've got him cornered. Come on, $200? You're exaggerating. He shakes his head, stirs his pasta slowly. Drinks. Dinner. Uber there and back. Maybe flowers if I wanted to make a good impression. It adds up. Takes a bite, chews calmly, then adds without looking up. And at the end, I'd check my phone for days, waiting. Nothing. His words hang in the air like fog, heavier than I expect. I feel my smirk tighten, but I push anyway. Okay, but have you even been in a relationship before? Like, a real one? He finally looks at me, eyes steady but not angry. Yeah, 3 years. Thought it was going somewhere. Then one night, she said she needed space. Week later, she was posting rooftop photos with someone else. Haven't heard from her since shrugs, goes back to eating like he's recounting the weather. I cross my arms, tilt my head, dig in harder. So that's why you've just given up? You really don't want to commit to anyone anymore? He wipes his mouth with a napkin, calm as ever. Not when the cost is humiliation, no. I snort, sip my latte loud enough to cover the awkwardness. Well, for the record, even if you did want to commit, I wouldn't give you a chance. Nothing personal. You're just not my type. I laugh like it's a throwaway line, but the words hang sharper than I meant. His face doesn't change. No flicker, no anger, just silence. Somehow that stings worse than if he argued back. Before I can regroup, another girl from across the table jumps in. Exactly. That's just dating, Daniel. Everyone goes through it. You can't act like it's only hard for men. She's on my team now, nodding at me like she's passing me the ball. I latch on quick. Right? Thank you. Women get ghosted too. Women pay their own way too. You're just making excuses. I sip my latte, try to recover the rhythm, keep my dominance intact. But then Josh, the IT guy, always quiet, usually invisible, speaks up, voice low, almost a mumble. He's not wrong though. The girl across from me snaps her head at him. Excuse me? Josh shrugs, pushes crumbs off his desk plate. I've spent the same. Dinners, drinks, gas. Got left on red every time. Last one I thought went great. She told me she wasn't feeling it after I dropped $180. Looks down at his sandwich, almost embarrassed for saying it out loud. Silence again. But this time it feels different. Like the men are suddenly visible, not props in our jokes. Daniel nods once toward Josh, not smiling, just a quiet acknowledgement between them. Like they've been carrying the same weight, silently, until now. I feel the room shift. My little commitment phobe routine suddenly feels flimsy, almost cruel. But I can't back down. Not in front of everyone, so I laugh, force it out sharp. Well, maybe you're both just picking the wrong women. Simple as that. Daniel shrugs again, goes back to eating. Josh doesn't reply. The silence that follows is worse than an argument, like the whole room just quietly chose sides, and I know which one I'm not on. Back at my desk after lunch, still writing the high, convinced I had the last word with Daniel and Josh. A tab I'd left open earlier catches my eye. Pew Research. Headline glaring. 63% of young men say dating has become harder in the past decade. Click without meaning to. Scroll. Ghosting. Financial strain. Men reporting they feel invisible. Daniel's voice echoes in my head in corporate font. I slam the tab shut, embarrassed anyone might see. Mutter. Coincidence. Doesn't mean he's right. Force myself back into spreadsheets, typing random numbers just to look busy. Doesn't work. Decide to stretch my legs, wander over to marketing where my girlies sit, the ones I gossip with on slow days. Lean against a desk, latte in hand, smirk on my face. You guys will not believe what Daniel from accounting just said. He claimed dating costs him like $200 a night. Can you imagine? Drama king much? They erupt on cue. One gasps. 200! For what, Olive Garden? Another snorts. Classic commitment phobe excuse. Men can't handle women with standards. Laughter and nods, validation secured. I toss my hair, laugh with them like it's open mic night, and I just nailed a punchline. Friday comes, donut box on the counter, like always. Mike from accounting. Enjoy, Mike, scribbled neatly on the lid. We crowd around it, gossiping like it's brunch, not lunch hour. One girl sighs, leaning on the counter. Ugh, I just want a sweet, reliable guy. Someone who'll actually treat me right. The rest nod like she preached a sermon. I chime in, exactly. That's all we're asking for. Nice guys who actually care. How hard is that? But then the same girl bites into a donut, laughs. Honestly, Mike asked me out once. He's so nice. Yeah, but way too boring. Another girl nods. Exactly. We want nice, but exciting. Mike's just nice. Before I can process, one of them pulls out her phone. Now Ryan. Ryan is exciting. She tilts the screen. Ryan, sales guy, rooftop selfie, whiskey glass in hand. Caption, closing deals, opening bottles. They squeal, God, he's such a problem. But he's hot. 3 different girls this month. Yeah, total player. But look at that suit. He's got that spark Mike never will. I laugh with them, warmth bubbling in my chest. Ryan's only 2 floors up, and suddenly the thought hits. Why shouldn't I go for him? I twirl my straw, imagining rooftop drinks, his jawline smiling across the table, half joking, half serious. Maybe I should try my luck with Ryan. He already knows who I am. I could ask him for advice on moving into sales. They shriek, egg me on. Yes, do it. You'd look so good with him. Shoot your shot, girl. Ryan's exactly your type. I feel the buzz, caffeine, sugar, adrenaline. For once I'm not just laughing at men. I'm plotting my next move. Monday morning, coffee in hand, strut into the office. Outfit picked with care. Blazer snug, hair curled. Truth is, I'm thinking of Ryan. Spend the morning rehearsing lines instead of working. So, I've been curious about sales. Maybe you could give me some advice. Ride the elevator up, sales floor buzzing with phones and whiteboards. Ryan in the center, leaning back, grinning with his sales bros. Jawline, just as sharp in person. I walk up. Hey Ryan, got a minute? He smirks like he already knows. For you? Always. I tuck my hair, play coy. I was wondering if you could give me some advice on moving into sales. His eyes flick down and up. Best way to learn is outside the office. Come by my place tonight. My chest flutters. I nod too quick. Yeah, that'd be perfect. That night, his apartment, skyline view, whiskey poured. He leans over his laptop like he's about to teach me, but within minutes, his hands on my thigh, mouth on my neck. I don't stop him. We end up in his bedroom, clothes in a trail. He pins me down, no hesitation, no pretense of work advice. I let him, body racing, convinced this is the spark I've been waiting for. We smash hard, tangled in sheets, city lights spilling across us. After, I lie on his chest, smiling, already picturing rooftop dates and soft launch selfies. Finally, excitement, passion, everything Daniel and Mike couldn't give me. He kisses my hair once, scrolling his phone with the other hand. We'll talk work stuff later, he mutters. I leave past midnight, buzzing, convinced this is the start of something. Next morning, eyeliner darker, walk into the office, glowing. But when I pass Ryan in the hall, he doesn't look up from his phone. No smile, no hello. Hours pass, no text, no wink, no inside joke. Next day, same. Day after, same. Coffee turns sour in my stomach. The pattern's obvious. I thought it meant something, but he was gone the second it ended, ghosted without even leaving the apartment. Worst part? It's exactly what Daniel described. Money, time, feelings, gone, then silence. I laughed at him for saying it. Now I'm living the women's version of it. That night after work, I don't even cook. Kick off heels, collapse on the couch with a grocery store salad I don't touch. Phone brightness up, thumbs flicking. If Ryan didn't text, maybe something else will distract me. Instagram loads like a slot machine. Engagement rings, travel reels, couples jumping off boats in matching linen. Then a tag pops mid-screen. It's Eric. Eric from college. Button downs, dependable, Saturday morning farmers markets energy. 3 dates, then I told my friends he was too safe and never texted back. I tap the post and the sound in my apartment disappears. Wedding arch, backyard lights, strung like a constellation. Caption, forever starts now. Swipe. Kiss. Swipe. First dance. Swipe. Her head on his shoulder in a small kitchen that already looks like home. My stomach twists hard. Wine on the coffee table still uncorked. Unopened bill peeking from under a takeout menu. Memory drops in like a stone. Me in the dorm, reading his good morning text out loud, my friends cackling, me saying, he's sweet, but he'll never excite me. I need passion. Then I went silent on him for good. I hover the heart icon, thumb shaking. Can't press it. Set the phone down face down like it's hot. Sit there listening to my fridge hum. Ryan hasn't texted, probably never will. Eric built the exact life I keep saying I want. Plain ring, small house, big smile. The betrayal stings, but it's not from him. It's from me. I threw away the kind of man I now claim doesn't exist, and he went and proved he was real without me. Phone lights up again on the cushion, screen face down, washing the ceiling in white. I don't flip it over, just stare at the lipstick print on my abandoned wine glass, and the due date on that envelope I keep shoving under menus. Next day at work, still raw from Ryan ghosting me and Eric's wedding feed, haunting my head, decide I need the girlies, my safety net, the echo chamber that always hypes me back up. Wander over to marketing with my latte, force a smirk, lean on a desk like nothing's wrong. So, turns out Ryan wasn't all that. Guess he's just like every other guy, lol. They laugh, but not the way I need them to. One rolls her eyes. Girl, that's just men. You can't expect them to actually care. Another shrugs, scrolling her phone. Yeah, on to the next. No big deal. I force a laugh, toss my hair, but it doesn't land. They aren't leaning in like before. Instead, one of them grins sly. Guess you just picked the wrong guy. They all chuckle, powdered sugar still dusting the counter from last Friday's donuts. The words hit me weird, like an echo of something I've heard before. My own voice in the break room. Maybe you're just picking the wrong women. Simple as that. Now flipped back at me, casual, dismissive, but sharp all the same. I sip my latte, the lipstick ring smudged on the rim. Realize I've been saying the same lines for years. Men just can't handle women with standards. Wrong choices. Bad luck. And for the first time, they sound flimsy, even coming from someone else. The girlies already moved on, gossiping about weekend plans, scrolling TikTok, showing each other outfits. I'm still standing there, mug in hand, smile frozen. Their laughter doesn't carry me anymore. I feel like background noise in my own clique. Walk back to my desk, ears ringing with their joke, coffee cold, lipstick stain glaring back at me from the paper cup. Later that week, break room again. Fluorescent lights humming, microwave beeping, same stale coffee smell as always. I step in with my mug, force a casual stride, determined not to look shaken. Daniel's already there with Josh, both at the corner table, quiet, eating like always, plastic container, dented lunchbox, water bottle half empty. Josh says something low, Daniel nods, the kind of quiet solidarity that doesn't need words. I clear my throat, decide to break the silence with a joke. Smirk, toss my hair back, voice a little too loud. Well, Ryan turned out to be a flop. Guess even sales guys can't commit, huh? Josh glances up at me once, then goes back to his sandwich. Daniel doesn't even look up, just keeps cutting into his pasta. The air feels heavier than I expected, like my joke slid off the table and hit the floor. I push harder, fake laugh. What is it with men around here? Afraid of relationships, afraid of women with standards, same old story. This time, Daniel does look at me, not smirking, not frowning, just steady, calm, eyes tired, but clear. He sets down his fork, wipes his mouth with a napkin, and says, voice quiet, but sharp enough to cut through the hum of the fridge. Maybe you just picked the wrong guy. Simple as that. The words hit like a slap because they're mine, the exact line I threw at him and Josh not long ago, echoed back without anger, just plain, undeniable. For a second I can't breathe, can't blink. My latte cup feels too light in my hand, lipstick smudge on the rim mocking me. I force a laugh, high and hollow. Well, maybe. Daniel doesn't smile, just sets his fork down again, voice even. You want the thrill of Ryan, then complain when Mike doesn't spark fireworks. We're treated like products. Swipe past us if we're boring, discard us once someone shinier shows up. Stepping stones or placeholders. That's all we are to you. He pauses, wipes his mouth, then adds, men are tired of being shelves you shop from. Some would rather spend time with games or even AI girlfriends than pay $200 to be ghosted. At least a bot won't mock you in a break room. Shrugs, goes back to eating, conversation over. Josh doesn't say a word, doesn't need to. I stand there with my fake smile plastered on, knowing the whole room just tilted against me. Evening commute, slouched into a bus seat with my tote bag heavy on my lap, scrolling my phone like I can scroll away the memory of Daniel's voice in the break room. Maybe you just picked the wrong guy. Simple as that. The way he said it, calm, unbothered, keeps replaying in my head. Bus rattles down the avenue. Neon signs flicker through the dirty windows. I glance at my reflection, lipstick fading, eyeliner smudged from the long day. Try to smirk at myself, like I still own the room, but it looks flimsy. Bus stops, older woman climbs on. Late 60s maybe, hair pinned back neat, grocery bags stacked at her feet. She settles into the seat beside me with a soft sigh. Apples roll in her bag, bumping against the fabric. Silence at first, just the hum of the engine and faint chatter from the back. Without meaning to, I sigh out loud, words slipping like I'm talking to myself. Dating's such a mess these days. Men are just scared of commitment. She chuckles low, shaking her head like she's heard it all before. Back in my day, men weren't scared. They worked hard, courted us, built families. Her tone isn't bitter, it's steady, matter of fact, like she's naming the weather. I roll my eyes lightly, try to laugh it off. Yeah, well, times are different now. She turns to me, eyes sharp but kind. Times change. People don't. If they're walking away now, maybe it's because women ask too much. The words land heavy, like a weight dropped in my stomach. I stiffen, force a little laugh, hide in my phone. No, it's not that. Guys just need to step up. That's all. Bus slows, brakes squeal, she gathers her bags. Stands, gives me one last look before stepping off into the crowd. Can't squeeze loyalty out of someone you've treated like a wallet. She disappears into the night. I stay behind, screen glowing in my hand, reflection staring back in the window. I tell myself she's wrong, Daniel's wrong, Ryan's just a player, nothing more. Men are the problem, not me. But the words still echo in my head, louder than the bus engine, harder to silence,